Understanding the ethnic and linguistic backgrounds of French. The French language and identity are the result of a complex interplay of ethnic groups, historical events, and linguistic evolution. To fully understand the ethnic and linguistic backgrounds of French, it is essential to explore the pre-Roman peoples of Gaul, the impact of Roman conquest and Latinization, the influence of Germanic tribes, the evolution of the French language, and the global spread and diversification of French through colonization and contact with other languages. 1. Pre-Roman ethnic and linguistic landscape, the Celts, Gauls. Ethnicity. The dominant group in pre-Roman Gaul were the Celts, known to the Romans as Gauls. They were a collection of tribes with shared cultural and linguistic traits, but strong local identities, e.g., Aedui, Parisii. Language. The Gauls spoke a Celtic language, Gaulish, part of the Indo-European family. Gaulish left a legacy in place names, some vocabulary, and possibly influenced the phonology and grammar of later French. Culture. The Gauls had a tribal society, a warrior aristocracy, and a class of druids, priests, and scholars. Their art, Latin style, religious practices, and social structures contributed to the cultural substratum of France. The Ligurians and Ligurians inhabited southeastern France and northwestern Italy. Their language is poorly understood but contributed to local place names and possibly the substratum of southern French dialects. Iberians, present in the far south and southwest near the Pyrenees. Their non-Indo-European language and culture influenced the region, especially through contact and blending with the Celts. Celtiberians. 2. Roman conquest and the introduction of Latin conquest. The Roman conquest of Gaul, 5850 BCE, by Julius Caesar led to the integration of Gaul into the Roman Empire. Latinization. Latin, specifically Vulgar Latin, the spoken, everyday form, became the dominant language, replacing Gaulish over several centuries. Latin was the language of administration, law, education, and commerce. Cultural impact. Romanization brought urbanization, new administrative systems, and social mobility tied to the adoption of Roman customs and language. By the end of the 6th century CE, Gaulish had disappeared as a spoken language. 3. Germanic, Frankish, and other tribes. Influence, the Franks. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the Franks, a Germanic tribe, became the ruling elite in northern Gaul. The very name, France, derives from the Franks. Linguistic impact. The Franks and other Germanic tribes contributed significantly to French vocabulary, e.g., guerre, war, blanc, white jardin, garden. Phonology. Front-rounded vowels, loss of final vowels, and even syntax, verb-second word order in Old French use of the impersonal pronoun on. Cultural legacy. Many French place names, especially in the north, are of Frankish or broader Germanic origin. The Germanic influence is a key reason why French is the most lexically divergent Romance language. 4. The evolution of French. From Vulgar Latin to modern French, Old French, 9th–13th centuries, emerged from Vulgar Latin, heavily influenced by Gaulish and Frankish, characterized by significant regional variation, Langue d'Oil in the north, Languedoc in the south. Middle French, 14th–16th centuries, marked by simplification of grammar, expansion of vocabulary, Latin-Italian, and the beginnings of standardization, Ordinance of Villers-Cotterêts, 1539. Modern French, 17th century present. Further standardization, especially with the founding of the Académie Française, 1635. French became a language of culture, diplomacy, and international prestige. 5. Other linguistic influences. Celtic, Gaulish, contributed rural, agricultural, and nature-related vocabulary, as well as some phonological and grammatical features. Other Romance languages. Influence from Occitan, Italian, and Spanish, especially in vocabulary and literary traditions. English. Significant exchange of vocabulary, especially in modern times, technology, business, culture. Arabic. Borrowings in science, mathematics, and daily life, e.g., alcohol, Tasse, Seirop. Regional and colonial languages. French has absorbed words from Basque, Ligurian, Iberian, and through colonization, from African, Caribbean, Asian, and Pacific languages. 6. Regional dialects, creoles, and the Francophone world. Regional dialects in France and Europe. Metropolitan French, standard dialect based on the Parisian variety. Regional varieties, Meridional French, influenced by Occitan, Breton French, Alsatian French, Corsican French, Belgian French, Swiss French, Aostan French. French in the Americas, Quebecois French. Distinct pronunciation, vocabulary, and anglicisms. Acadian, Cajun, and other North American varieties. Reflect local history and contact with English, Spanish, and indigenous languages. French in Africa and the Caribbean African French. Incorporates local languages and unique grammatical structures. Caribbean French. Distinct from Creoles, but influenced by local languages. French-based Creoles, Haitian Creole, developed from French and West African languages, with simplified grammar and unique vocabulary. Official language of Haiti alongside French. Louisiana Creole, Antillean Creole, Seychellois Creole, Mauritian Creole, each with unique features and histories. The Francophone world French is an official language in 29 countries and spoken by around 300 million people worldwide. The Francophonie includes Europe, Africa, the Americas, the Caribbean, the Pacific, and parts of Asia, reflecting the global spread of French through colonization and cultural exchange. 7. Summary table. Ethnic and linguistic layers in French period, group ethnic background. Linguistic contribution, pre-Roman, Celts, Gauls, Ligurians, Iberians, Gaulish, Ligurian, Iberian substrata, Roman conquest, Roman settlers, Gallo-Romans, Vulgar Latin, foundation of French, Germanic invasions, Franks, Visigoths, Burgundians, Frankish, Germanic superstratae, medieval, Renaissance regional French, Occitan, Italian, Spanish vocabulary, literary traditions, modern, colonial, global Francophone communities, Creoles, regional dialects, loanwords. 8. Conclusion. The French language and identity are the products of centuries of ethnic mixing and linguistic evolution. From the Celtic Gauls, Ligurians, and Iberians, through Romanization and the imposition of Latin, to the profound influence of Germanic tribes and the later global spread of French, each layer has left its mark. French is thus a Romance language with a rich Celtic and Germanic substratum, further shaped by contact with many other languages and cultures. Its regional dialects, creoles, and global varieties testify to its adaptability and enduring cultural significance. Understanding French today means appreciating this deep and dynamic tapestry of ethnic and linguistic influences.